Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another JaYo review, another movie review. Today we are going to talk about the movie Trap uh, by M. Night. I'm not even gonna attempt to say his last name. Um, I always
Shyamalan.
is it Shyamalan? It's that easy. Thank you. Yeah, Shyamalan. So, and I have the lovely Jerry Well with me to talk about it. Excellent. Um, yeah, I am one of M. Night's Shyamalan's not friend, fans. He's my friend, guys. No, fans. And so I was hoping and praying that this would be a good one. Now we're gonna start with giving our rating, as we always do, between 0 and 10. Jerry, what rating do you give Trap?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
7 out of 10. Excellent.
Mhm.
Um, Yesterday I felt a certain kind of way. Today I'm like, oh, I'm between two numbers. But you know what? I feel generous today. I feel optimistic today. I feel positive today. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
8 out of 10.
Okay. You shocked me on that one, but okay.
Did you think I was gonna say like 6 out of 10?
No, I mean I thought we were gonna be pretty much in the right. Yeah, I thought you might be as low as 6, but
Oh
the 8
wow.
surprised me. I didn't think you'd be higher than me, but okay. Interesting.
No, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I was thoroughly entertained by Trap. Yeah, it was entertaining. And everyone in the movie theater with me was there for the ride for the most part. So it was fun.
Cool.
Ah. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the things we liked, the positive things. What did you like, Jerry?
I liked the setup. I liked the concept. I thought that was pretty cool. We hear about based on like real things. I mean, these kinds of things have happened where they set up a sting operation. Inviting criminals that they're looking for to some event or something, and then round them up and arrest them. And so the whole concept of trying to catch this guy. It was interesting because from the trailer and even reading about it, you didn't. And I don't want to give anything away necessarily. Maybe we'll get to that later with spoilers or something. But I was really curious, like, well, how did they get him? Like, how do they know he was going to be there? Like, how
Yeah.
that sort of I couldn't figure out like how they were going to figure that out. But it was interesting the way that all played out. So yeah, so the setup I thought was cool. I had read a little bit about it before I went to see it, and this even before it came out, and I
Mm.
knew it was kind of a vehicle for M. Night's daughter,
Oh,
which
that's
will,
his daughter? Oh, I
yeah,
thought it was his niece. Okay.
which explains. We'll get to that when we talk about what we didn't like. We'll get into that whole thing,
Mm.
but yes, that was so. I knew it was a vehicle for his daughter, and I thought it was like the way I had read about it was that it was kind of like you being in a concert in an actual live concert and sort of experiencing the concert while the movie's happening.
Mhm.
And so that concept seemed pretty cool. It didn't play off kind of as much of that. Like I thought it was going to be more of that. I thought it was really going to be more like I thought the concert was going to be more of the movie. But anyway, but I did like that whole concept of have like really sort of being in this concert while this story is taking place. So that was cool. I thought I loved Josh Hartnett's performance. I loved his take on this serial killer. And yes, not really a spoiler alert. It's like there in the trailer,
Yeah.
and yes, he is a serial killer. But I liked his take on just being, dad, Mr. Mom, kind of, the nice dad, and
Yes.
doing all the dad things, and no, like the last person you'd expect and all that. And I thought the way he played that off was cool, and he had nice sort of turns in there. I thought M Night's daughter as a performer. I mean, on stage, I thought her singing and her performing were outstanding. I thought that was great. I loved the music. I thought her music was great. Um,
Bop, bops, yo.
yeah, I like I like the whole father daughter relationship. I loved that. I'm a big fan of Allison Pill, so I love that. She plays the mom. Um, so yeah, I thought all of the performances. Well, I mean, there's one major bad performance, but aside from that, I thought overall they were pretty good, but some really strong performances. Um, and then there was some, and I thought there was, I mean, everybody always asks, because we're used to the M Night, the way he started out, that his movies would have this like twist to it. Of course, starting with Sixth Sense, that there's this big twist, and then he's sort of gotten away from the twist for a while, and so people are always wondering when are we gonna have this, or is there gonna be a twist? Is there gonna be a twist? So there's not really. I mean, like a Knock at the Cabin, there was no twist. I mean, that's one of the things I liked least about that movie was that there was just no twist. It was just like everything was completely straightforward, no twist. So this movie, there's like sort of minor little twists in it, not any major twist, but at least there's a little hint of twists in it. So it's not completely straightforward like everything you'd expect. So I thought that was good to have some of that in there. And I thought M Night is like one of the worst actors out there, and his like usually his cameos, and he always has these cameos, and for a while they were like really small, and it's like, okay, that's fine. And then of course we know, like, then he started giving himself bigger and bigger cameos, and that became like unbearable. But I thought his cameo in this was fine. I thought I thought he did a fine job. It was just almost kind of playing himself in a way. I mean, and yeah, so that there was, I thought that was good. And I liked, it was a fun ride. It was one of those things where you had to kind of give up on having things make sense all the time and just kind of go. If you just let yourself just go for the ride, it is a fun ride.
Yes.
And so I did just enjoy the ride, and I just sort of went with it and enjoyed it. And I was entertained all the way through the movie. I didn't really get bored. I mean, I was entertained all the way through. So yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I totally agree. I also was very entertained. I was stressed at times, which is a good feeling for a thriller. I was, wondering how things would like, end up the whole way through. And so it was good. And I was surprised in places, which is also good. As you know about me, I love a surprise. I love when I'm surprised. And there were several places where I was like, oh. And for those of you who don't know the premise of Trap, it's this guy goes to a concert with his daughter, the pop star, think like Ariana Grande. I think that's who she was trying to emulate. And
It's funny you say that because I've heard cross between, what do they say? Uh, oh, they've described it. Oh, cross between Taylor Swift and Lady Gaga is what I've heard.
no,
I know in terms
it
of
was
the
giving
style.
me total
Yeah,
Ariana Grande vibes. I can see like kind of Lady Gaga, but no, 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 it was Ariana Grande,
yeah.
thousand
I
percent.
think they're talking more in terms of the fandom. It's more like
Um,
the fandom was more like Taylor Swift fandom or Lady Gaga fandom, I think. But yeah,
with young teenage girls, Ariana Grande has a ton of
no,
young teenage
absolutely,
girls.
absolutely.
That's why I
Yeah,
was like, no, no. For me, it read totally her. And it's now this concert is a trap for a serial killer. They, yeah, they heard somehow, some way that the serial killer is going to be at this concert, and they're trying to trap him. And Josh Hartnett, who plays the dad and the serial killer, is trying to figure out how to get out. without being caught. And yes, great premise, agreed. Great story, um, good stress. The music, yeah, total bops. Like from the first song, I was like, I'm in. I love this. This is so like I love music, so I'm easy. But also like they actually sounded good, and she sounded great. I was
Yep.
like,
Just
yay,
all her
unknown.
songs, her music. She wrote everything. Yeah.
I didn't know who she was. I didn't even know she was the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan. I was like, oh, good, they got a total unknown human to sing this. Props to y'all for not actually getting like a big star singer to come do this. So I was very impressed. I liked the relationship a lot between the father and daughter. I think that was really well done and well played. Um, I really liked Josh Hartnett's performance. There were some things I didn't like, and I'll talk about that when we talk about what I didn't like. But I enjoyed his performance for the most part. I yeah, I enjoyed like where the story was going. There was parts in the storytelling that I didn't like. Again, I'll talk about it later. Talking about things I liked. I liked the ending. I actually really liked the ending. Um, I didn't mind that there wasn't a major twist. I was waiting for it. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't mind, to be honest. There are some things that I hoped for, and again, I'll talk about it in the like things that could have been better that I didn't like and enjoy. And other things I liked about it, no, I think everyone played their role well, um, in the whole scheme of things. And it was a good story. I highly recommend it. Again, that's why I gave it an 8. Now let's talk about the things we didn't like or that we hoped would be different or better. What are your thoughts, Jerry?
Okay, an absolute number one thing I did not like is his daughter. Like I said, is a great singer, great performer, terrible actress. I absolutely hated her performance. It was just, oh my God. It was, yeah, it was so like B movie level bad actress performance, yeah. That just it just and she's in a lot of the movie in the second half.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that really just it was like what think yeah, so that was not good. And then there's just, it's like I said, there's a lot of the story is just you have to suspend disbelief. It's just I mean, so contrived, in places. I mean, the way they wind up getting backstage is just come on. I mean, it's like so convenient, and yeah, just a lot of just really way too easy things. The way well, I don't want to. I don't know. Are we at a point with spoilers yet? I don't
You
know.
can say spoiler alert,
I
spoiler
just, well,
alert.
I mean, he gets away multiple times, and the way he
Yeah.
gets away those multiple times, it's just again like just too convenient to,
Mm.
yeah, it's like just again, you have to suspend disbelief, and just go with it. So yeah, those were things, if I was really going to sit there and analyze the story, I'd try to make things a little more believable. Um, what else did I not like?
Mm.
Um, I don't know. There's something about what's the Haley Mills. I wasn't crazy about Haley Mills in that role, the
Mm.
head
As
of
the
the police
FBI.
FBI. Yeah, I
Um,
don't know, something about her just didn't didn't work for me. I don't know.
I think it was too caricaturesque. Like they wanted to go for like this, yeah, caricature of an FBI analyst, who knows like everything about serial killers, and it felt too much like a caricature and not enough like a real human being.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know if it was just I just felt it was almost like the casting, because she went with the the British accent,
yeah.
which seemed odd for the FBI. Not that there aren't Brits in the FBI or whatever, but it just I don't know, something about her, just the casting just seemed off to me. I don't know, like
I mean, they
um
needed it because of the end, but
yeah.
I get it.
um
I just didn't like the caricature aspect of it. I
yeah,
was
I just didn't buy her in the role. She just didn't it didn't work for me.
mm,
um Yeah, in a way, I didn't even feel like it was necessarily she was giving a bad performance. I just felt like she was just miscast. That was what I felt.
mm, I get you.
Um,
And I mean, in terms of, it's funny that you say like Seleka was a terrible actress. You know, for me, it low key worked just because I would expect a pop singer not to be necessarily the most like, you know, not necessarily the smartest or not necessarily the most, like great actress or anything like that because she's a singer. So I almost felt like it was a choice when I was watching it, and I was like, and this girl, what I didn't like a lot was I didn't like the way she was used, like the vehicle in which she was used of like, finding out who the serial killer is and all of that jazz and like never and always getting away. To me, that was disappointing because this is a serial killer movie. How are we are we watching a serial killer movie and the serial killer doesn't kill anyone? Like that was a big problem for me. I was like, I was hoping he would kill her. Actually, that was my hope and my dream. I was like, he'll kill the pop star and like, and maybe do even a live stream. Like that would have been like hella cool.
I
You
did
know?
like one of my favorite parts of the movie, though, that I really, really did like
Yeah.
was the use of social media
Yeah.
to save the guy.
Yep. Same.
I really, really like that.
Me too. It was a great choice. But again, I was like missed opportunity. I was just waiting for him to gut her on live stream and and it didn't happen. And I was like, she doesn't deserve to escape. She deserves to die. And that's the other thing that I forgot to say about what I liked about the movie. I love that I was rooting for the serial killer and hoping that he like escapes and just being like, no, which is terrible. That's terrible. It makes us root for him.
Hannibal Lecter, we root for him.
That is true. That is true. Um, but yeah, like yeah, wild, wild, wild. And another thing that I was like, what I wish could have been, with his wife. There was a really fun scene between him and his wife, and I was hoping, in my mind, in my fantasies of fantasies, I was like, oh, she's gonna be like, I know who you are, and I'm here for it. Let's kill
Oh,
people together. That was where I was thinking it was going, Jerry. And I was here for it 1000. Like the twist, I was like, this is gonna be the twist. She's gonna be like, I know, baby, and I'm with you. And I would have been like, what? Yes. Let's go. That's not where it went, friends. That's not where it went. I'm not going to tell you where it went, but it
yeah.
was M. Night Shyamalan. If you ever do like another serial killer, just take some notes from us. We got some good suggestions. Maybe
And
call us.
that's the other thing,
Call
like
us.
the where it went in terms of ultimately how they knew he was going to be at the concert.
Yeah.
That was maybe out of everything, that was the most far fetched. I think
Really?
to, to me, yeah, I felt like I mean, yeah, I felt or the most contrived, I guess I would say. Like I would have accepted it more that it like fell out of his pocket by mistake or something like that, more than I think where they went with that.
I
I
mean, I
don't know.
liked it. I was like, oh, okay, girl. Like you're the one who. Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah,
went with it.
but are we doing? I don't know how far we're going with spoilers, but did you say if the
Bleep
if the
these.
person if the person that did what they did that, why would they not do other stuff?
No,
If
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
That
if
was
they
something.
actually suspected him, why would they do it that way and not other ways? Yeah, it just seemed like it's again, it was just a way to get to this concert and have that part of the story work.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't again, I just went with it. I wouldn't buy it in reality, but
Mhm.
for the movie, I went with it.
Yeah. No, and I think for me that's why I wanted that twist so badly because then it
Yeah,
would have kind of made sense. It made more sense.
right.
Like, okay, okay, like I'm not really trying to get you caught. I'm just trying to figure out who you are. Or if you are this person. Um, two missed opportunities. Kill the pop star and then make, the wife like join her husband. Yes, yes.
That was and that's like another one of the like just oh come on moments,
Yeah.
which was like fun, but come on was the bike, the whole thing with the bike. And again, I don't
Oh,
want to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like really.
Yeah, yeah. I also was like, oh, okay, okay, cool. How convenient. How convenient.
I mean, it's fun. It's like it's fun and entertaining, but really,
Yeah. And for me, what was contrived and what did make sense was the number of times Josh Hartnett caught the pop star, Saleka, and then like was caught, or allowed her to do things where I was like, huh? Like that doesn't make any sense to me, being that they said he's a serial killer who plans, who's in control, who's all of these superlatives things. And it's like that makes zero sense, friend. Like you would have like done way more to make sure that like when takes her, like there's a moment where he kidnaps her. I'm like, if you're all of these things, you would make damn sure that she can't escape. Like it was way too easy. I was like, this doesn't make sense with who you are as a killer. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense, please.
right.
Same for the ending. TBH, I was like, would he be dumb enough to go back to his house? No, I don't think he would. I think he would know it's being cased, okay, and being watched over by the cops and the
And I
FBI.
really want to know how he got in the house. Please tell us, because that don't make no sense.
Right, right. I was just like, come on, they would be guarding everything, everything.
Exactly.
There's no
Exactly.
way, right? So I was just like, friends, we're a little smarter than you make us out to be. Uh, and I was also like, in terms of Josh's performance, like there were times, and I know they did that on purpose, but where they were doing this whole like he doesn't know how to have feelings, so he has to pretend, and I was just like, I'm sorry, you again are selling us on the idea that this is a smart, um, controlled, all of this serial killer, very, never caught, really blends in. If he really blends in, why is he having problems emoting or thinking like, okay, I need to act like a father here and dance and like really get into it so that they don't suspect me in those moments? It made no sense to me. I was like, no, don't do that. Like either choose. Either he's on the spectrum guy who doesn't know how to emote and he's like trying to figure it out, or he's mastered mimicry, okay, and he knows how to give you every emotion you need to be convincing and be convincing. Especially in
Mm.
the first half, I was just like, no me gusta, no me gusta these choices. Gustan. But he was great. I still really enjoyed his performance. I like Saleka again, minus the not getting killed part. Um, and yeah, the daughter was good. Her story was good. The family was good. I love the black guy. There's an employee.
Mhm.
you know, who
Yes.
has a small part.
The,
And
the tag at the end was
exactly, wait until after the credits, friend. Don't leave when the credits start because there's a little video right after it that's I love that. I was like,
one of
yeah,
the best, one of the best parts of the entire movie right there.
yeah. M. Night Shyamalan, bravo, bravo. Yeah, those are all my thoughts. So ultimately, any other thoughts? Any other things you'd like to?
Well, the other thing that I didn't mention that I really liked, I am very attached to that whole fangirl world. Like I know that really well. Like I have a lot of friends in that arena, so to speak, and I've been in that environment, and I love the way they kind of captured that. It was very, I thought, very authentic in
Good.
terms of the whole, just the fangirling thing.
Yes. Yes, right? Yeah, it did feel very authentic and very much like we were at a concert, which I like. I mean, that was another thing that was like, there was some, I want to hear more of the songs. Like, I want to be more in the concert. Um, yeah. Like, stay there longer. But yeah. And I feel like the length of the movie was good. Like, I didn't feel it was too long.
Well, okay, one very like minor thing that did bug me though, because there were some times where they were outside like outside of, you know, in the arena, like not in the audience.
Yeah.
Um, and but they were like outside when songs were being performed
Yeah.
at times,
Yeah.
and the girl was not like no girl would be wanting to miss 1 second of that
Right.
performance. That would
That's what I was
never,
thinking too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like she would be like, we have to go back, we have to go back. Yeah, there's no way that she would be that calm about being like missing any of the show. Yeah,
Performance. Yeah.
not not 1 millisecond.
I totally believe that. Yeah. And I liked the pre-act. Oh, that was one thing I forgot to mention. The group that sang before Seleka also
Mhm.
slapped. Bravo. Like y'all chose some really good artists. I was here, and I hope they have an album for this. I haven't looked into it yet, but they better have an album out there
Sure.
because
Yeah.
I know people are gonna want to listen. Yes.
Yeah, I haven't looked into her. I mean, I assume she probably does have music out there or something, but yeah.
No, I want the trap album. That's what I want.
Right.
I want this movie album, so I can listen to it and find my new songs. Awesome. Well, M. Night Shyamalan, bravo, bravo. You have come out on top with a better movie than many expected. I, for one, am still your fan. Will still watch your movies and recommend that everyone go watch this movie, whether at the movies or at home. I think it's better at the movies personally. Like I like the big screen effect of it all.
I think everything is better at the movies, but
I mean, there's some things where I'm like, in the privacy of your home, like it's okay. But like Sing Sing. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Like that one, I was like, I loved it at the movies. I'm okay watching it at home. Um, but this one I think is more fun at the movies, not on the big screen.
yeah.
Any last words, Jerry?
Are we doing the usual last question? Are we there yet?
Yes. If
Okay.
you could play anyone in this movie, who would you want to play?
That's a no-brainer. You know that my dream role is a serial killer,
Yes.
so Josh Hartnett character all the way, no
Facts.
question.
I mean, it's the same for me. I don't care that I'm a woman. I would want to play Josh Hartnett too, and be convincing. Either be very convincing, or the opposite. Be on the spectrum. But yeah, there are some great scenes and monologues in that one. I can't wait to play some of those scenes. Excellent.
Oh yeah. Well, when the script comes out,
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Yes, yes, we need to do some of those. That would be fun. Well, thanks again, Jerry, for sharing your thoughts.
You, as
Uh,
always.
yes, we'll see what movie we do next. I don't know. I'll see. I'll watch something else next week. I don't know what yet. And thank you all for tuning in and for watching with us. Please let us know your thoughts below about Trap if you got to see it or about anything that we've said, agree, disagree, whatever. Let us know. And hope to catch you at our next JaYo review. Ciao!